Welcome to the new Waterloo metro station on the as yet unopened City and Southwest extension from Chatswood to Sydenham. Today, the 29th of October, was the first metro station open day, so of course I was there to check it all out. It was also my first time on the new Concourse at Redfern, so stick around to the end to see my thoughts on that. The first thing you'll notice is obviously the entrance. There are two entrances at Waterloo, this one facing north onto Raglan Street and one facing south in the middle of the same block. There is also a services building on the southern end of the block. All of these buildings will be developed into high-density residential buildings in due course. The station itself is located within an easy walking distance of Redfern Station. This render gives an idea of what the station entrance on Raglan Street will look like when the station opens next year. It would appear artwork is yet to be installed, and some of the canopies on the exterior are also yet to be installed. Compare this with how the station entrance on Raglan Street looked today. The station's signage is in, but the rest of the facade needs lots of work. This shows the southern entrance onto the plaza that is not yet complete. The station sign, however, and the rest of the entrance is more or less finished. This is the artist's impression of the same plaza. The services building is visible to the left and the same entrance you just saw on the right. From Raglan Street, you can see directly into the escalators that take you to the concourse below. And this is the view from the southern concourse towards Raglan Street, with the escalators out of view to the right. You won't be getting a bus from Stand D on Cope Street anytime soon. And this is what the escalators look like. They are quite deep and take you to the second concourse, which is immediately above the platforms. There's a large mural on the side of the wall here as you run down to this concourse level. Down on the concourse, you can find the escalators that take you down to the platforms, the fare gates, ticket machines, lifts, and the toilet. On this side, we can see the lifts that take you back to street level, the opal ticket machines, and Shareth from Building Beautifully. Right above that space is this lovely mural of an Indigenous child. Here's a closer look of that same area, just without Shareth's fan club around. Moving further down still, these much smaller escalators complete the journey down to platform level. It's worth pointing out that signage across the whole station is more or less completely finished. I'm surprised they labelled Platform 2 as trains to Sydenham. This indicates that these signs will have to be replaced when the line opens to Bankstown. Platform 27 at Central still has the sign saying Metro to Bankstown, and I suspect this will stay and just have a sticker put over the top that says Metro to Sydenham. The station's signage, as well as the benches and emergency help points, have also been installed on the platform level. The platforms themselves are no longer or shorter than any other platform in Sydney, being enough to accommodate an 8-car train. Of course, they have all the usual features we've come to expect from the Metro, like platform screen doors. And that's all I have to say about Waterloo Station. It looks very nice, and I've read that it is 95% complete. Some work still needs to be carried out on the facade, as I mentioned earlier, but the platforms and concourse are very well put together. The architecture of the station is quite inviting, however I'm not completely sold on the rust panelled effects on the outside of the station. It'll certainly be interesting to see how this precinct develops as the residential buildings progress. I'll mention as well that this station was pushed through in the construction timeline so that it could be open to the general public. The only other station that is this far progressed, as far as I know, is Central. Obviously, I'd love to see all of the stations have their own open days. Whether this will happen or not is a whole different question, and I would assume not. On another note, the station site is certainly interesting, considering its close proximity to Redfern. Only time will tell if this was a better choice than Sydney University. And finally, the thing I know you're all dying to hear me talk about, the Redfern Station Concourse. I do like this concourse. The way the natural light flows in, it makes it feel very welcoming. I have to say, I am also a fan of the white bevel around the next departures, and also the use of said departure screens rather than the widespread use of platform displays on the concourse. I would like to see these departure boards simplify to only show the next train to each individual location. At the moment, they list several stations in multiple different slots. The way the new concourse integrates with the old heritage listed building on the north side of Redfern Station is simply fantastic. I love the way the new concourse integrates with the heritage values of that old building and still let it be light and airy. Of course, the new southern entrance also has this airy feel. I will also point out that I'm also a fan of the new road surfaces outside the station. The brick-lined roads really emphasise to drivers that this is a space for people, not cars. Bricked paved roads have been found to be one of the more effective methods of traffic calming and drastically increase safety for pedestrians. So there it is, the Waterloo Station open day. My final summarised thoughts: it's a nice station, it's very airy, very welcoming, and it'll serve the local community very well in the coming decades. I'm very interested to see how the precinct turns out, and I'm very interested to see how the whole project affects the way Sydney gets around. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do consider subscribing and liking the video. And I'll see you all next time. If you want me to make more Sydney/New South Wales IRL public transport content, do let me know in the comments below. Goodbye.